Welcome on over to Automotive World, everyone. I'm your host, Vinny Mystery, and I apologize about the long break that we were on. We just had some things that were going on, just some technical difficulties and things, and just kind of being away. But we are back. We have a lot of news to cover, so we're going to start off with Mini. Now, obviously, Mini is a subsidiary now at this point of BMW. They've been in that way for a very, very long time. And they've done very well under BMW. They've made a lot of money. They've improved the brand quite a lot, and they've made it quite prominent again. However, this time we have a recall regarding Mini. This is actually going to be a pretty large recall. We have 140,000 EVs over battery fire risk, and this recall is going to specifically include 12,535 Mini EVs here in the United States. So let's get right into this because this is quite a big recall, and it looks like also this can actually even potentially be a worldwide recall. But let's look here. So we have the Motor One here from Anthony Alanis. I'll link the article down below as always. I encourage you to go read it. We have a global recall effort over 140,000 Mini EVs that could have issues with the batteries. Specifically, the recall affects that 12,535 here in the United States. Those are Mini Cooper SEs, and those are going to be the EV models. Those are going to be from model years 2020 to 2024. Now, that is roughly when the Mini EV obviously had came out at the time. So, right now they're kind of going through a redesign. We know there's a redesign effort on the way through. So this is actually pretty important here in the United States because that is a good portion of the Mini Cooper EVs that we have here. Especially because the Mini Cooper EV is actually a really cool car. The performance isn't that, it's not like necessarily a fast car, but it's a really nice car. It looks just like a Mini. It drives still just like a Mini. It's relatively quick for what it is. The battery range, though, is pretty abysmal at only like 113 miles of range. So it is very, very low range. So this is a very, very big recall here for Mini and BMW specifically. And what they say here from NHTSA is that the high voltage battery may have not been produced according to automaker specification. So essentially we have some quality control, we've got some manufacturer defect situation kind of going on here, and that is what is leading to some potential faults, which may or may not cause high voltage problems, which can lead to a short circuit, and that can lead to the overheating, which then causes a thermal event, i.e. a fire, and obviously that is something that we don't want. Now, they don't specify in the documents what is the direct cause of this fault, so we don't know specifically if it's a quality control issue due to when it was first built. Is it something to do with the cells themselves? They don't specifically say in depth what that issue is. They just say that there is a fault that occurred during production and it did not meet the automaker specification. So looks to be some sort of quality control issue, whether they were building it correctly or whether maybe they were using different type of parts, or maybe the cells were not being handled correctly. We don't know the specifics. We just know that there is a problem that occurred during the production of it. Now, BMW North America has said they are not aware of any incidents or injuries or accidents that could have been related to this issue. They did start investigating Minis that suffered from a thermal event in October of 2023. And then learning in 2024 the second incident occurring in Germany. So this has been an ongoing incident for a little while now, almost about a year now. According to them, there are no incidents that caused accident or injury here in the United States, but it looks like to be overseas in Germany there is a few incidents there. Now, Mini will update the potentially affected vehicles with a new software. They're going to say that includes a diagnostic function that can detect the malfunction in the high voltage battery and then discharge it below 30%. That update is free, and the automaker will begin notifying owners on October 7th. So there is a little bit of time before they start notifying owners and that update drops out. I do think it's a bit interesting though, because if they do say that the high voltage battery may have not been produced according to automaker specification, I think having the software update is obviously a good thing, especially in an EV. That software is really the biggest thing on those cars, but The update being free, I expect that. I wouldn't expect them to charge for this, but it sounds like more so that the batteries themselves, when they were being produced, you know, had some sort of defect, whether it was a labor thing, whether it was a quality control thing. So the fact that I'm not seeing them talk about, potential like hardware in terms of like replacing the battery or looking at those cells. That can also be because they did not give us a specific direct cause stating why it did not meet the automaker specification, so they may still be trying to find that out. So we don't have anything there. So we do have a software update coming up, but I have a feeling, and as you guys have seen when we've covered these recalls, especially with a few other automakers, we have actually gone back to some of their recalls 2-3 times, and we've had to recall the initial recall and then recall that secondary recall because it did not fix the issue. I would not be very surprised from what we're seeing here with the verbiage here. I think there's going to be some more news coming out about this. That is going to do it for now. Let me know what you guys are think down below. If you have a Mini Cooper SE, let me know what your experience is with it. If it's also your only car as well, the fact that you're having this issue, if you are one of those 12,000, almost 13,000 affected, let me know what you think down below. Does this put you in a little bit of a pickle? That's going to do it for now, though. Like always, thanks for watching, everyone.